Hello everyone. My name's Zenitsu. I'm back with another Digimon video. This time I'm going to be doing some more open hand gameplay testing. If you're unfamiliar with this, I've been trying some new different things on how to do gameplay that's actually meaningful, and I decided to partner up with some fine folks who agreed to be able to do this, and who I trust and think are pretty good at the game as well, to be able to trust them to play as best as they possibly can, explain out their plays so that way we get some insight not only just by looking at their hand, but by the plays that they're making and why they're making those plays, so that way we all can try to learn on what the deck is trying to do, how to play it, and how to play against it. So I'm going to be on Shinegreymon, which is the supposedly #1 deck in the BT13 environment, and my co-host Teddy is going to be on Blackwargreymon, just because that's another one of the top decks in this current meta environment. So we cut our decks, set up our security, rolled our dice. I am going to be going first. I did not mulligan just because I feel like 3 rookies in hand is pretty okay. I have 2 of my level 5s, so realistically I'm just missing a Tamer and a level 4, and I have a Tamer Digger slash Greymon Digger to be able to try to help find something on my first turn. So I didn't necessarily think that this was that bad of a hand, especially since I know the number of level 5s in my deck are finite, so I wanted to make sure that I could try to make as much of a playable hand as I possibly could.
I agree. I agree. I went with essentially the same philosophy. Have 2 searchers via the Agumon and X antibody. Don't really care about my level 4s as long as I have them. Um, and I could just dig for what I need. So I was just like, yeah, I'm okay with this hand.
Alright, so going first, I'm going to be hatching a Koromon. So I am playing a yellow base, just because I do like all of the DP reductions. I could probably build a little bit more towards the DP reduction side, but I just like what yellow has to offer compared to some of the other stuff, because I know my big boss monster isn't going to be attacking a whole lot. So in this position, I have 2 options as far as Digimon I want to use. I think based on what I have in my hand, I'm probably going to be going with the EX4 Agumon in raising to draw a card. I found a Marcus, which is pretty good, so that way I still have stuff to do. It does make this Agumon pretty good if I want to try to cycle my raising to be able to utilize this Marcus, but for now, I'm just going to set myself up and play an Agumon, put my opponent to 3 memory, and use his ability to look at the top 4 to try to find even more cards. So I didn't find a level 4, but I found another Marcus, and I found the burst mode. So I just need that level 4, and then I'm going to be all set. I'm going to put red memory boost on top because I have enough level 5s where I don't need another level 5, and I could always just try to use the memory boost later in case the game gets that long to try to find whatever I need.
So I'll start it off. We'll draw here. That's really good. We'll hatch. Take that. We are going to. Now I have 2 options here. I could just play them on the board. I think the safer thing is to definitely Evo in the back for free. Oh yeah, that was the right play then. Because we would Evo for free, into Agumon X, draw another card. That's also very good. Because now I can do things like, do I care what you have? All you have is the level 3, so I'm not super worried. You're not really going to do anything to me on this coming turn. So I think it's safe to just Evo first into Greymon for 2. I'll draw. And now, yeah, I'm very glad I didn't play the Agumon, because if I did, then I would have cycled that out. That would not have been good. But now that makes me want to play this for 3. I don't care if you play your thing. I'll reveal 3. I cannot add this, but I can only add this. So I'll take the Greymon. And then you, my friend, are good to go at your 2. Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, so at 2, I'm going to be drawing a card. That is another Searcher, which is really good. I'm probably going to hold in raising just because I don't see a reason to move this card out just yet. So as of right now, I have two options available to me. I could either play a Marcus and set that up, or I could play an Agumon, dig, and choke a little bit more. I think in this type of a situation, I would most likely want to end up choking, but because I know I have the Rise Greymon that doesn't set up a tamer, there is a solid argument to not make myself memory choked and to be able to kill the body and gain a memory. So I think Marcus is actually a really good play here, just because I'm killing the Digimon, setting myself up, and then I could always save the Searcher for a later play, knowing I'm going to have the 3 memory. So I know I'm not going to be doing a whole lot. I know he wouldn't have a reasonable response to be able to kill this Agumon as of right now. At least I would hope he wouldn't. So just to try to make my Marcus as efficient as possible, I am going to hard play the Marcus for 5, put him to 3. Marcus's on play ability will activate. I'm going to suspend it to be able to kill his rookie and then gain a memory, so it effectively makes this a little bit more cheaper and efficient to play. So that will be the end of my turn, as I'm still waiting for my level 4 to be able to start going ballistic with.
So, okay, so I will draw for turn here. That's not the greatest, but it's okay. I have not a lot of options here. So my options are keep climbing, play a tamer, or surge. And I don't foresee an opportunity to play this tie since I don't have the Agu. I had to hope that he would not clear the Agumon. Even knowing that he had the tamer, it made no sense for me to leave it out, so I just said screw it. I will go ahead and not forego that. So I am, and him putting me to 2 definitely sucks because now I can't play the tamer and then Evo, because I really don't care how much memory I give him. He's really going to do whatever he wants for the most part, and I can't really prevent that. And I think actually it really is just play the red mem boost, because there's not much I'm going to be able to do aside from that. Maybe find something better. I am going to do that, so I'll play the red mem boost. You'll be going to 3 no matter what. I'll look for 4. And then I have a lot of options here. It's one of these 3, being Greymon X Antibody. The protection doesn't really matter in this matchup because you DP reduce me, so I feel like the only reason I would take this is just for extra draw power, which is a valid reason to do so. There's no reason for me to promote because I don't have a rookie to set up next turn. I think it's actually just take the... It would be one of these 2, I think, because I don't need this. These 2 are going to the bottom for sure. And this is where I wouldn't... It would be very hard. Right now, he doesn't have anything threatening to really make it so that I'm scared. Yeah, he has the thing, but he's shown me, even if I couldn't see his hand, I could see clearly here, he's looking for a level 4. So I'm not really hurting yet. So ideally, it's probably take this just for the control aspect, because this only nets me an extra draw, and I don't think that's really... Is it useful? Yes, but I don't think it's better than just the outright defense that Blackwargreymon X provides. So I will throw them to the bottom. I will take the Blackwargreymon X, and then you are good to go at your 3.
Alright, so I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to unsuspend, gain the extra memory because Marcus will set me to 3. This Agumon, I already have one in hand, so I know I have a lot of rookies in hand, so I probably would want to promote out my Digimon, just because I do have the opportunity to use this Marcus aggressively if I really wanted to, because I could hard play this for essentially 3 and be able to then turn this Marcus into a Digimon that could then attack. But for right now, I'm going to be raising out the Agumon. The Agumon does have a start of main ability where I will gain a memory because I have my Marcus set up, so I'll actually be going to 4. Then I will use that memory to then play another Searcher Agumon, so that way I could try to dig out the level 4 that I'm so desperately missing. So 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I did find the level 4, but I also have a level 6. So this is the part where it's kind of tricky. I do think I just need to take the level 4 because I am that desperate. Missing out on the level 6 sucks. I already have the level 7 in hand, so that doesn't matter, but I know their level 6s in the deck. But I need to start progressing and advancing things right this very moment. So I'm going to be taking that, and then I'm going to be shoving the rest to the bottom. I don't necessarily know if I want to Digivolve right away, just because I know I won't be able to, pass turn without my Digimon not being exposed. So I might want to just hold off and wait next turn to be able to use Marcus again. So I think I am just going to, at this point, start chipping with some of my Agumons. So I'm going to swing into security with the Agumon that wasn't just played this turn.
You got it. 2,000.
So 2000, 2000, so dead. And then I think I'll just pass my opponent, even though I am giving them some memory to be able to respond, but it doesn't really matter because they have the memory boost. I think just playing this Agumon, putting them to 2, is probably my safest bet because that still leaves me with an Agumon left in raising for next turn, and I could kind of see and evaluate how things are going to go to be able to potentially use this Greymon.
All right, so I'm at 2. I
Yep.
will go ahead and draw for turn here. That is fine. It's not a. I mean, I already have one, so it doesn't really matter in this case. I don't think I have a. I don't have a choice. I have to promote here. I don't think there's um, any way not to promote here because I just can't. We can't let him keep progressing more and more. So my only option here is. I can't. I can either. I have a few options. I can either continue building, which I think is the only real play because I will pop or I won't pop anything, but I can guarantee make it so that I am un-DP reducible for the turn, which is pretty good. The only bad thing is I won't get the X antibody effect to make it so I could pop something extra. So his board is pretty safe here. And if I did that, I would be giving him a good amount of memory to play with. So it's a double-edged sword to do that. The only thing that would happen here was that I can't pop anything, so if I had a rookie or something, I would probably have played that just to search here, or maybe try and dig a bit deeper, but there's really no way to do so. So I think my only play is to pop the boost here. I will go to 4, because I think me just leaving you doing nothing is not going to help me. So I will Evo for 4 here, which sucks. That's a big pickup. That does help. It's not the best, but it does help me. Because I do get to just tuck this here. I do get the DP reduction and cannot be de-digivolved. Unfortunately, this is not the greatest start, but it does at least pick off something on the board. So I will swing at security. Koromon will draw me 1 card, and then I will. That would also have been nice, but it's okay. Use the X antibody effect. I will Evo for 5, unfortunately. To draw 1. That would have been nice earlier. But I was swinging 2 checks at 15k. Because I do have the Greymon X starter. That's
Yep.
fine.
First
You can
check
get
is
that.
Marcus. Marcus won't be able to DP reduce, but it will gain me an extra memory. And then
That's
the
fine.
second check is another Agumon.
And then, of course, I do have reboot. So I will reboot. And then at the beginning of your turn, of course. And then I do pop the lowest play cost Digimon, I believe.
They all are the
So
same.
it's only 1. So I will pop the Agumon that gives the that allows you to turn them into a Digimon.
Okay.
And then you do trash the top card of your security for doing so. And you're good to go. That's 6 memory, unfortunately.
Yep. So that will unsuspend. I do
And I
get to
cannot be
draw.
DP reduced for the turn.
So after my first turn setup, I'm just going to go through the motions, Digivolve the Digimon in Raising to draw a card. I do get to gain a memory from the Agumon, so I will go all the way up
7.
to 7, which is pretty good. But right now, this is kind of a sticky situation. I did kind of want this Digimon to live, so that way I could turn a Marcus into a Digimon and try to aggress. He has 4 security. I reasonably have only 2 attacks that I would want to make. So I'm going to first start off by just digivolving into a Geo. Because I can't DP reduce his Digimon, it's useless to try to use these Digimon to try to do something fancy. So go to 5, draw an additional card. Now it is a Agumon, but I don't have the other I don't have another Geo to try to do something cute and cheeky with. So instead, I am probably just going to start developing my field a little bit. So I'm going to memory boost, go down to 2, look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to take a red Digimon. So Marcus is unfortunately off limits. So I only have 1 Marcus in hand. I do have the Rise X that I can use, so I kind of really doesn't matter which one that I take. I think taking a Greymon here is pretty okay. Just in case something does go wrong, I still have a safety net. The other argument is I could just take the Rise anyway, just to guarantee that I have the ability to play the Rise. But because I haven't seen any other level 4s, I want to make sure I have a backup contingency plan. So I am going to end up taking the Greymon. I'm picking the one that plays the Tamer just because the Inheritable is a little bit better than Greymon. So that's the only reason why I'm taking it. Otherwise, the other Greymon would be pretty good. Especially out
Got
of
it.
Raising, because then I could gain that memory. And then I will obviously have the Marcus be on top, so that way I can try to find him later.
Got
So
it.
now that I have all these set up, I think I just start chipping away at his security, see what happens. So I am going to be swinging Agumon into security.
I'll redirect the first attack.
So that will die. Agumon is going to go into security.
You got it. It's 12.
So Agumon is going to die. That's fine. And then I am probably just going to Digivolve in Raising into Rise Greymon. Because I didn't take the other Rise Greymon, I don't really care about his ability of gaining memory, just because I want to move him out of the Raising and be able to do stuff from there. So I'll put my opponent to 1, and I'll draw a card for Evolution.
You got it.
So
So
now I just need to see a level 6, which it is kind of punishing me that I didn't, but that's what happens.
I will draw for turn here. Go ahead and hatch. Just in case, I will go ahead and Evo for 0 into Agumon to draw 1. That's really good. I am having a full second line, full power here, which is pretty nice. I will first. We will just go in. I'll swing 15, draw 1 from Koro. That's pretty good at Hades Force. And I'll swing 1 check, or 2 checks at 15.
So it is
And
a Marcus. The Marcus will not activate his ability.
and then I will end the game here with Blitz Omni. Ball for 4, draw, and then Blitz and swing.
Yep. So the big deciding factor of the game was the fact that his level 5 I could not deal with. Otherwise, I had the ability to potentially try to deal with whatever Digimon he was going to be digivolving into, just because I would have been able to DP reduce it. I didn't see my level 6 to be able to use it, just because if I did actually see my level 6, I might have been able to potentially try to use that to delete his Digimon, but I was not given that opportunity. So that level 5 really did a lot of extra work at being able to make sure I couldn't make any of my plays as efficient as possible. Plus, the deleting of that Agumon was actually a bigger deal than it seemed.
I think I didn't have a choice. I had to get rid of it in that one turn. Otherwise, you just go off, or at least you get more chip, and then that puts me in a position to where I have to make even weirder plays, potentially giving you more memory or et cetera, et cetera. But I think that was my out.
So that's all I really have for this video. As always, feel free to tell me your thoughts down in the comments below, and down in the description below are a couple of different ways you could support me and the channel. So I do have a TCG Player affiliate link, so when you use that link to buy cards off of TCG Player, then some of that money will go to supporting me and the channel. I also do make and sell playmats over on Overcard Gamers on Facebook, so when you buy a playmat with my design, then some of that money will also go to help supporting me and the channel. And on top of all of that, I do have a Twitch account over on twitch.tv/Zenitsu, so giving me a follow and a subscription also helps support me there, and I do play Digimon on top of various other games on that platform as well. So thank you everyone for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next video.